look at the place of drums in a new form of dance. Drums which have their origin in Guinea, Mali, and Senegal. The world of dance is always changing. In Atlanta, we look at a new form that fuses traditional African and modern American dance into what is called Mojah. The dance sprang from Atlanta's Total Dance Company. Members of the group demonstrated Mojah at a recent performance. Student Bureau Eileen Chen has more.
In Swahili, the word Mojah means one. In the dance world, Mojah is a new technique that combines jazz, ballet, modern, and African dance. For Ajile Axum, the creator of Mojah, it is more than entertainment. The dance also represents a union of the mind, the body, and the spirit.
The spirit moves in and out, up and down, and connects each form, be it modern, jazz, African. And the drum is parallel to the spirit.
The djembe drums provide the heartbeat of the Mojah dance. They come from West Africa, where they are an integral part of the culture. The Mojah dance is neither African nor American. Ajile and her drummer, Ojinga Love, used their African and U.S. training to merge the two cultures into one dance.
Mojah starts with a lot of breathing, a lot of focus, a lot of reaching and stretching.
It's a spiritual journey that you have to allow to overtake you.
Mojah starts with a lot of giving thanks, where the arms go up to a V. So the whole beginning of Mojah is a ritual where you say thank you to the Creator, thank you to yourself. I went to New York to study and write about Mojah.
And my sister's been working on this technique for over 15 years, and I'm the origin of Mojah. She started off with teaching Horton technique, which is some basic modern technique, with jazz and West African movement, which are live drums.
The drum has been that rhythm and soul. It's the heartbeat of Mother Earth. As Ojinga played for the drum, for Mojah, the same way he played it for African, that even took it to another level.
Putting the traditional African drums to the dance made it come alive. But what a true dancer wants to do is take that African dance technique and that style and evolve from it. So that's what I've tried to do with the dance and the drum, and working with Ajile started to make sense.
It's the sum total of those art forms coming together in their purity, not where there was an activity doing them. They had to be studied. As I evolved and created the Mojah technique, I began to combine modern dance and African dance. In African dance, when you study the tradition of Africa, it's going to have a meaning. It's going to come from a certain community, and it may vary from one place to the other, and most often you're going to know what those movements mean. And for me, I think I was always searching for some type of authenticity, and I love African dance, and I love the folk part of it and the ritual part. But when I began to move on my own, those movements would start transforming. I would use the African movements and the modern movements, and it felt so awesome because I identified with, in a parallel of the African movement, because that was about their culture. So my dances became about me and my culture as an African American woman. when I speak about Mojah, I speak about myself, but I also speak about the art form coming through me. I have creating movements that are totally unique, that you can have, that we have a Mojah walk, a Mojah turn.
You have certain things that are named, just like in any other technique. You have a vocabulary that you formed over years. So no one can just walk in and say, oh, I do Mojah. They need to train in Mojah.
And most people say you can only be trained through ballet. I have trained dancers through Mojah.
We like to think of the program as being more than just a dance studio or just come in and dance and go home, but more like an institution, because everybody that teaches for total dance, they're educators. So they bring that educating talent here and try to, present a more heuristic approach, teaching them how to learn on their own. And when you learn on your own and you got, qualified educators and professional people that have done professional work in that field, something good has come from it.
Mojah can be hip hop because it becomes the influence of the instructor who has the grounding or the training in the Mojah technique. It allows the instructor, whoever's teaching Mojah, to put his or her individual spirit and style into the technique. It challenges you spiritually, it challenges you physically, it challenges you mentally to perform at a peak. It peaks who you are. It makes you dig inside because it's hard mentally on your brain, it's hard mentally on your body. So Mojah is a contemporary form of African American dance, because a lot of African influences and our influences here in America, wherever you are. And I think my mother has done a wonderful job of blending those cultures together with Mojah, because it embraces the ethnicity of Africa and traditional West African movement, and combines it with traditional modern dance, which is what most people know as American dancing here. So it is a real African American form of art in the form of dance.
Mojah is a new wave. I believe it's the future of dance. I believe that all forms, ballet dancers, modern and jazz, are going to start fusing movement and declare, I have the right as an artist to use any of these forms that I've experienced to make choreography and make you feel what my theme is in this dance. And I think Mojah has been in the forefront of that happening. There's always some stuff that makes me feel so good. And that's when people come up and say, I felt you, I'm glad I came. This made a difference.